All right, what I want to do, just take a couple minutes to go over some of the feature and benefits of the Ford chassis. As you know, all these chassis are built on the E450. I want to make sure we're all on the same page regarding warranty. Wanted to cover that real quick, and then I wanted to go through the information that we have in the handout for you. First of all, as you can see with the plant, everything all starts with the chassis, right? You got to have a good foundation to build on. The E450 is using 95% of Class C's right now, so obviously Ford's doing something right, and it's been a pretty reliable chassis for Ford and for the customer. It really all starts with the gas engine. The 6.8 V10 has just been a great engine for Ford. Used it in the F250, 350, 450, 550, Expedition, Excursion, E-Series. So high volume production, real high quality. We've no plans to get rid of the V10. There's a lot of rumors on the internet. There's a lot of new engines that Ford has introduced, but bottom line is this engine makes the best torque of any engine that Ford has available right now for this application, and there's no plans to do away with the 6.8 V10. A couple neat features that the V10 has. One of them is what they call Smart Start. If the engine's running and you turn the key, you can't engage the starter motor, so it won't allow the starter drive to grind on the flywheel. So if somebody's been tailgating all day and they're running their AC, or they got the radio on and they hop in the seat and they forget the engine's actually running and they turn the key, they're not going to hurt the starter motor. And that's something you can demo. If the engine's running and you've got people out and you're doing your walk around, you can turn the key and show them that you're not going to grind the starter motor. The other feature that all of the V10s have is what they call fail-safe cooling. It's in all of our brochures. And in case the customer says, well, what is this or how does it work? Basically what fail-safe cooling is, if you busted a radiator hose or you lost all your antifreeze on the ground, obviously the engine would start to get a little warm. You'd get a warning on your dash, but fail-safe cooling starts shutting down cylinders. So you have about half as much power, but what it does is allow the customer to safely drive off the freeway into a service location or seek service. If the engine ever got so warm that it was actually going to hurt itself, it'll shut it off altogether. So that's the real takeaway of fail-safe cooling, is you can't overheat a Ford engine. Before anything bad will happen, it'll shut itself off. Behind the gas engine is the 5-speed torque shift transmission. That 5-speed transmission was built, designed, tested for diesel truck applications. It's capable of a lot more torque than this gas engine puts out, and that's why it's been extremely reliable in the motorhome application. We use it in our Class A's. It goes all the way up to 26,000 pounds, so it's a pretty good transmission. One of the nice features it has is tow haul mode. It's the same thing that the Allison transmission has. They call it a transmission brake brake. Ford just happens to call it tow haul mode. The way tow haul works is if you've got a car behind your motorhome and you're going down a steep grade and you're picking up speed, when the tow haul's engaged, that's that little button on the end of the transmission selector. All you do is tap on the brake pedal, boom, it's going to downshift from 5th gear to 4th gear. If it's still going too fast, you touch the brake pedal again, it's going to go from 4th gear to 3rd gear. What you're doing is using the transmission to slow the vehicle down as opposed to your foundation brakes. So nice feature, it works real well. Unfortunately, you can't demonstrate it on level ground. You have to be going down a hill, so you can't take somebody out here on 13 and say, let me show you how this works, because it won't work. But it's a great feature and it's worth pointing out. Let me just cover warranty here real quick. Everything bumper to bumper is 3-year, 36,000 miles. The powertrain warranty, and I was explaining powertrain, is anything that turns the tires. Engine, transmission, driveline, rear axle. Anything in the powertrain covered 5 years, 60,000 miles. And every Ford motorhome has roadside assistance paid for by Ford for 5-year, 60,000 miles. So if the customer runs out of gas, if they lock themselves out, if they need a jump start, if they need somebody to change a tire, if they need towing, that's all covered for free. 5 years, 60,000 miles. Doesn't matter whether you're the first owner, second owner, next door neighbor, long lost cousin, it's all covered. There's no paperwork to fill out, there's no transfer fees or anything like that. It's strictly as long as the vehicle's within time and mileage. The way you take advantage of roadside assistance is calling an 800 number. when you call that Ford Customer Assistance Center, what you're doing is calling CoachNet in Dallas, and we have a separate group of operators that are there 24/7. You're going to get a live person. You're not going to get a recording, and they'll take care of roadside dispatching roadside assistance. They also are a great asset for if you have a customer that says, where can I get service work done on my Ford chassis? Now we have 1,900 Ford dealers that have raised their hand and said they participate in the Motorhome service program. So the best way to locate the Ford dealer is use that 800 number. When you're through with your tour, you're going to go by a table in here with a lot of handouts. One of the handouts is this this packet that we put together for you. In it is a DVD. This is a professionally done chassis walk around. When you get back to your dealership, I encourage you to pop this in a DVD player. It's only a couple minutes long, but there's a lot of good information on here. Take advantage of that and see what that's all about. There's the Motorhome chassis brochure. This gives you all the 2011 chassis specs, all the features and benefits. Also in there is this 2012 trailer tow guide. I know a lot of you sell towables, so every Ford product is in here, how much it can tow. If a guy comes in with an F-250 and says, how much can I tow with my truck, you can look it up and basically come up right to the pound of how much they're capable of towing. Plus, in the back of this book, there's a lot of just good general towing information. So if you have a first-time customer who's looking at a towable, give them this as weight equalizing hitches and class 1, class 2, a lot of the stuff that towing people are interested are in here, so that's a good piece. We talked about that Motorhome Customer Assistance Center. This is the card for that. Anytime you sell a motorhome on a Ford chassis, this is a good card to give to your customer and say, look, if you ever have a roadside emergency, call this 800 number.